So interesting enough, we've had a substantial drop as far as transactions are concerned, without a doubt. And when you look at the numbers, I guess there's two sides of this story. One, of course, is how many transactions went down, totally understandable. However, the price points of the transactions, in my opinion, is where the concern is. Because, some people, especially if they had extremely high interest rates, which, as we all know, I mean, some of the variables went up as high as 8.5%, 9%. And if it was B lenders, some of them went up to 10%. So reasons that people are selling. And the other problem is the fact that they have to sell in order for them to gain some equity out to make the transitional change. So when we're looking at these numbers, and you've got them up on the screen so everyone can take a look at seeing where the production level is. So that's great. That's the production level. So are things moving to some degree? It took a drop from 2024. But I think the question is monthly carrying costs. That is always a huge battle. And when people are making the decision to pull out of their properties because they do have a lack of equity in those properties, it's concerning because now it's questionable whether or not they can actually buy another property. So if people are upgrading, it's one way. If people are downsizing, is another. And obviously, if people are cashing out, unfortunately, when we're in this kind of a market, it's not the best time in the world to be doing it because the prices have declined.
Right. So from a seller's perspective, someone trying to sell a house right now, for example, I know someone here right on my block here. I'm in
Mhm.
Mississauga, so they are, they've had their for sale sign out for about a month, at least a month now. Um, so obviously, they're trying they're trying to sell the house, but it is a buyer's market. I guess people can be more selective because I guess there's a sentiment too that the prices are going to continue to drop, and buyers are waiting to see how far it just will drop.
That's exactly what they're doing. But the interesting part is while they're busy doing that, they're also wasting their money paying rent every single month, and which they most likely have done over the last year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever the case may be. People don't necessarily look at things in the big scale. They look at point in accordance with the time that they're at. So if they wait, I'll give you an example. If someone's paying $2,000 a month in rent, which is out the window, and they wait an entire year, that's $24,000 down the drain. Yet they're concerned about buying a property because they don't want to pay that extra $20,000 on the purchase price. Or maybe they don't feel that they can afford it, or maybe the monthly payments aren't working for them. I think, at the end of the day, we still need the Bank of Canada to understand that, we have millions of mortgages that are coming due. Now, some, of course, if they took a 3-year term, it's already happened. 4-year term, mostly last year to this year, 5-year term mortgages, variable rates. I mean, we need those rates to drop to stimulate the marketplace.